She's safe now, but just a couple of years ago, this young woman from northern Thailand had a very narrow escape from a human trafficker.
I was approached by a neighbor who told me he could get me a job in the far south of Thailand. I told my school teacher about this, and the teacher phoned our local anti-trafficking committee.
Pia Porn's story is not uncommon, but the establishment here of local anti-trafficking watchdog groups has helped prevent Pia Porn and others from being trafficked into sexual and labor exploitation.
I went to the suspect's home and confronted them. I said, stop this right now, because under Thai law, they can seize your asset if you continue with this illegal activity.
Although not enough evidence was gathered to lay charges, Janjira says the threat worked, and the local suspects are now watched closely. The ILO's Mekong Anti-Trafficking Project has supported the program and other prevention measures, like this Anti-Trafficking Operations Center, now being replicated in other provinces.
The ILO project has supported trafficking prevention work at this center and has also provided help to victims returning to Thailand from abroad. So far, about 65 cases have been dealt with and involve both labor and sexual exploitation. One girl from Burma was just 13. She was trafficked across the border into our province, then down to Bangkok, where she was forced to work for free as a servant in someone's home. Her father came here to our coordination center and filed a complaint. Working with him, we were able to find the girl and rescue her.
This girl, however, wasn't so lucky. Also from Myanmar, she too was trafficked into domestic servitude in Bangkok. She was beaten and tortured by her employer. She spent months in the hospital where doctors repaired her fractured skull and broken back. In this case, Thai prosecutors pursued charges, including assault causing bodily harm. Through a local NGO, the ILO project is assisting the Thai Ministry of Labor in drafting a ministerial directive that will offer better labor protection for young domestic workers who at present are not considered formal employees under Thai law.
The Ministry of Labor is reforming the labor regulation to protect all domestic workers, both Thai and non-Thai, who work inside private homes. We already have the Labor Protection Act, but due to the difficulty of monitoring domestic workers, we must amend our approach to also protect these domestic workers.
The project has also supported the multidisciplinary teams formed to fight trafficking and other crimes against the person.
In this type of work, we get calls and cases coming in at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. With this multidisciplinary system in place, we can call up the other team members without going through a long paper trail. So it saves time and increases the speed with which we can respond to the case.
The ILO has also supported the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security's creation of an anti-trafficking database. It color-codes the names of individuals from across the province, ranking them on their vulnerability to trafficking, and even tracks hotspot communities where trafficking is an ongoing concern. State-of-the-art satellite imagery is also used to help map entertainment areas where sexual exploitation can occur.
We have made some change to the system so it can be used by many other provinces. We have improved the way we gather information and are preparing to launch the system online, so the other provinces can access the data via internet.
For some Thai women, though, the database has come too late. These women have already been trafficked. Now back home, they're taking part in an ILO-sponsored program to help them regain their self-confidence and learn some new skills to reintegrate into the community.
Instead of just sitting around home doing nothing, I can come here and learn new skills and gain experience. I have a good time here hanging out with new friends. It's fun to work here and just hang out. These women have been through some pretty bad experiences. So when we first meet them, we ask about their diet and their present living conditions. We feel that teaching them about cooking and awareness about eating healthy food is a positive contribution to their well-being. And just being here with others helps them heal psychologically as well.
While these various approaches are effective in preventing abuse of young Thais and helping those who've already faced abuse, there remains an even more vulnerable group that needs help. Here in Bangkok, the new millennium brought rapid economic growth, and with it an influx of foreign migrants from neighboring countries. Many wind up here in the nearby province of Samut Sakhon, one of the seafood processing capitals of Southeast Asia. Work on a fishing boat can be hard and dangerous. The foreign crew members often report abuse at the hands of the boat owners. Working inside a processing plant may appear easier. This one is air-conditioned, many aren't. Still, even here, there is evidence of child labor. And some employees from other plants complain of routine labor abuse.
In the beginning, I was just 13 years old. But I replaced another worker who was 22, so they gave me that present work permit, which say I am 22 years old. Even though I am very small, I have to do the same work as everyone else. I have to carry heavy things like fish trays. The supervisor abused me verbally and physically. Sometimes they beat me up with whatever they have in their hands, or they throw things at me. They hit me with their hands, they hit me with a stick.
There's no compensation if you get injured, and people get injured all the time. Sometimes they lose a limb, a foot, or finger, but you can't complain about anything. One of my friends tried to make a complaint once, but they just fired him.
Research conducted by the ILO's anti-trafficking project has also found evidence that young migrants are prone to labor abuses, and that employers routinely get away with the abuse. More than half of employers in one study felt justified to lock their foreign workers inside at night so they couldn't escape. An opinion poll co-sponsored by the ILO also discovered the Thai public at large held a generally negative view of migrant workers. But in Samut Sakhon, where the migrant population is very large, many Thais here have a more positive view of these workers.
It's good that these migrants are here. It helps the local economy. The factory also like the Burmese workers, of course, because they can pay them less than Thai. But I think they should receive the same salary as Thai, because they have to pay their rent and go shopping just like Thai. So they should get paid the same amount too.
Other Thais are also opening their doors to help the children of migrant workers. The ILO project is supporting this local NGO's work to ensure migrant kids get access to education and a place to play, which, as children everywhere, is their right.
For the young children of foreign migrant families born in Thailand, I would like this camp to make them feel like they belong, that they have an identity. For the older school-age kids, we are trying to help prepare them for formal education within the school system. We hope that will then link them to the other opportunities. But this is also a chance for them together, explore their opportunities and share their dream for a brighter future.
There's also a growing recognition at senior levels that all people in Thailand, especially children, regardless of their nationality, should receive the same protection from abuse.
If they have been exploited, we should help protecting them the way we protect our own citizens. It's equality between the migrant children and the Thai children, and that's something we work towards.
It's also a main goal of the ILO's Mekong anti-trafficking project, which has been working simultaneously with the Royal Thai government and partners at community level.
In Thailand, we work in two levels. One is upstream, that we work with the government to support them to have a clarity in the subject of human trafficking. And we also help them to improve the overall responses to the human trafficking. For the downstream, we work with the community level We strengthen their involvement, and we also help support the involvement of the young vulnerable groups.
Another example of that downstream community level work can be found here at this weekend school for young migrants in Bangkok. These students, mainly from neighboring Myanmar, come here on their day off to learn Thai language and computer skills. As migrants, they are more vulnerable to human trafficking, and so they are also now learning about ways to stay safe and avoid abusers while working here in Thailand. This guidebook, called Travel Smart, Work Smart, has been published in Burmese, ethnic Karen language, Laotian, and Khmer. Among other things, it outlines minimum wages, the right to overtime premiums, and gives information on where to get help if a worker is being abused.
Reading this guidebook helped me a lot. Before I came to this school and read the material, I didn't know about any of this. But now, I know how to better protect myself from exploitation. I can even share this information with others.
This booklet has helped me to understand how we can help each other. I am now aware of the legal working hours. I was being forced to work for too many hours before. I also now realize that the kind of work permit I have allowed me to travel freely.
Another partner, the Foundation for Child Development, operates at street level, helping young domestic workers in Thailand. Foreign domestic workers are extremely vulnerable to abuse, according to this caseworker, and they often need help and special protection.
I used to be a former child domestic worker. Now I am a volunteer caseworker with the NGO Foundation for Child Development. One of the cases I handled involves 2 children from Lao PDR who were working as domestic servants in Bangkok. They were forced to work from 6 a.m. to midnight. If the owner didn't like the way they worked, he would hit them. They only got 1 meal a day, and when they went to bed, the owner locked the door from the outside so they couldn't escape. But there was no toilet in the room, so they tried to sneak in a plastic bag to pee in. But the owner found out and hit them for that too. He did many things, even burning them with a hot iron. After all this, they never received any money for their work.
Clearly, there's more work needed to end the commercial exploitation of migrants here in Thailand. And improved public awareness about the value migrants bring to Thai society would lessen their vulnerability to trafficking-related abuse. But working together, the ILO, its government and social partners have proved the better protection of migrants is key to preventing trafficking-related abuses. From villages and rural areas to big cities and other economic destinations, preventing trafficking means preventing exploitation before it happens.